Hello and welcome to the Gothic Unicorn and to the first video of 2024. Now I've taken a little while out. I wish I could say it was to revitalise or anything as interesting as that, but generally it's been because I've been both ill again and busy, and so there's not been a lot of crafting going on. I did manage a little bit of tidying of the craft room. Now that Christmas is gone, I can almost see the floor in most of the room, but yeah. And if you watched my advent calendar opening video, you'll understand why I had to take a break. I've had a lot of trouble with my voice coming and going over the last couple of weeks, and finally it seems like it's back where it should be. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get something done. Now I'm going to start today with a little bit of a haul. It's something that may come up later in the year. I'm not sure. I've got that much to do that I'm not promising anything, but I am going to talk about what I'm hoping to get done this year, because hopefully if I put it out there to you lot, make me a little bit accountable and might encourage me to actually do some things. So my wonderful husband came through again for Christmas, and he got me what I wanted from Petite Properties. Now this is the one of their newest properties. This is the Midnight Mausoleum, and in itself it doesn't look like a lot, but some very interesting pieces in there, and that is going to make for a really nice scene, because it came with the alloyed L display base, and the mausoleum fits on top of that, and you can have your sort of bit of a driveway and then your steps up, and I think that's going to be a really nice piece. And as you can see, that's quite a big base. I'm not sure where I'm going to fit it. I'm going to have to make some room, because yeah, that is going to be pretty nice. Now this is obviously a spooky pairing, I'm not denying that, and that's why it appealed to me. But to be fair, when I first saw it, what I did think was it would make a rather nice 18th century folly, because they were quite often put on hills, and you could have had nice little Georgian ladies and gentlemen walking up the hill. Am I going to go that route? No, of course not. It's going to be spooky, and yeah, so that's one to look out for in the future. Near future, distant future, I don't know. It'll be the future though. So I'll pop that out of the way, and then I can show you what I have been working on. I have been working on my tiny diorama, and my tiny diorama involves this little building here. Now this is the N-Gauge Harper's Yard from Petite Properties again. They're all Petite Properties. I love their buildings in smaller scales, and I just can't help myself. So I'm just going to put that back into place, because I can bring it in on the actual base. Now the base is an old piece of floorboard that we removed when we were doing up the house. And as you can see, or as you might know if you follow me on Facebook, I've actually got quite a way with the landscaping. That's the word I'm looking for. Now none of the pieces are actually stuck into place yet, because I'm still trying to age them and things like that. And I've got other little bits that have got to go around them, but I've added the flocking, which is the base layer. I've added some bushes around the edge to cover up the bit of a mess I made with my fencing, and I had a go at making trees. Now, I'm actually quite impressed with these trees. They don't look bad considering they're made from wire and kitchen paper towels, the kitchen sort. Little pieces of that wrapped around it and then painted. Yeah, they'll do. I don't think anyone's going to look at it that closely, but I will sort of watch it around so you can see. And then at the front, I've tidied it all up with bushes in front of the fence. I've got a little bit there that's chipped the black paint, so I've got to put a bit more black paint on the front, but I'm liking how this is going. And I'm kind of enjoying it, kind of not. You'd think that since it's so much smaller, this is 1 to 148 scale. I had to think about that. I should be able to make a lot of progress very quickly. It doesn't work like that. This is taking me forever. It really is a case of the smaller it is, the longer it takes. Now, aside from the building, which was obviously a Petite Properties kit, everything else has been bought. The vehicles are Oxford die-cast vehicles. And yeah, I think this one I've had quite a while, and the other one I bought. And he doesn't want to go back in, so get him into position. The little contents of the skip at the moment I made myself. They're actually just in there because it keeps them safe. But the other pieces are all 3D printed pieces that I bought off of eBay. And I've got to do a lot of work on them. I've painted my little building here. I've painted my little bin, my little dumpster. And I've started adding some distressing to my caravan there. Yeah, long way to go. Lots more details to add. I need to look more overgrown and things like that. But we're getting there. So I'll move that one out of the way. And now I think it's time to actually start doing something while I talk, because otherwise my hands are just going to be here awkward. I don't actually have much more to show you. So I'm going to pull some stuff in and I'm going to start making. While I'm talking, I'm going to be working on this dolly, pram and baby walker kit, which came out of the Petite Properties advent calendar. Now, I did actually try and make a start on this previously, but I didn't get very far. I had glued the two pieces that make up the pram. Oh dear, my brain is not working. I'd joined those two pieces together and I sort of left it at that because I realised that I wasn't going to be able to do it as I normally do with my alcohol markers. So I'm going to have to paint this. So I'm going to see how far I get while I'm talking today. Now, obviously, this year I want to get my last breath in completed. It took quite a I took quite a break last year because of issues I was having personally. I'm really hoping that things are going to improve this year. My health will improve this year. And that I can actually get on with the things I want to do, as well as the things that I have to do. Because there's been a lot of balancing of things at the moment. We're actually, at the moment, mid-move for the family business. and that's causing a little bit of an headache. But basically what it means is we're going from a location which is rural, but was about a mile from where we used to live, to a location that is less than a mile from where we live now. And that is something in the region of about 15 miles difference, which means that it's going to reduce a lot of the stress on us as a family. So the Gothic Unicorn family here should, I hope, start seeing some improvements. Now I've got a brush somewhere and I want my palette because I'm going to put a little bit of paint on this. Now I'm going to give this a quick undercoat of some pale grey paint because it's what I happen to have about. Come on. This is Storm Cloud. And all I want to do is I just want to try and even it out a bit. Now, you might or might not be able to see the difference between the grey and the white. There is a difference. Now I'm going to go over here very, very lightly because I want to try and maintain the texture. I don't want to fill it all up with paint. And then go turn it around and do the other side, and then I've got to do all the wooden bits. Now this kit is different because it's made from some MDF pieces and some mountboard pieces. But never fear, we shall persevere and make the kit. This is one of the kits that as soon as I saw it I knew where I wanted it to go, and I was intending to get these made and put into the advent calendar video. But as I was saying, we're in the middle of a move for work which is going to make life easier for the entire family because we're going to be back to work being on our doorsteps, and it's going to mean that I'm going to have more space to put my projects when they're finished. Shouldn't admit that, but yes, I will have a little bit of space to put everything. I'm going to leave that for a minute to dry. I'm covered in paint. It also means that I may be doing some more actual work because I'm going to be out where we were. I wasn't able to do part-time hours, and it wasn't really enough to justify full-time hours. Now I'm going to start on the baby walker now because, well, that needs to dry off a bit, and I think that to do these I'm going to have to do them sort of mix and match a bit. So I'm going to do this. But that aside, I am going to be continuing work on The Last Breath In. I want to get the interior of that sorted. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to complete all of the upper floors on YouTube. I'm not sure that YouTube's going to like my sort of naughtiness. And that also goes for one of the projects that I may be starting this year, which is going to be a bit not suitable for work, as they say. That's an old doll's house that I've got that I've had in mind to do something a bit different in that. It's 12th scale. I'm not sure how I'm going to achieve that, whether that will end up being limited to so a few Facebook posts, whether I need to find another way of doing it. It's going to be a bit more adult in some of its themes. Not quite so spooky, but certainly out of the ordinary. I don't do ordinary. At the same time, I want to work on my big house. Now, my big house, I've got a long way to come, long way to go. I need to finish the dining room, obviously. I want to wait until the weather improves because it's winter. It's not really suitable for going outside and spray painting. And I don't have the facilities to spray paint inside. Anybody, you know, if you do, well, fair play to you, but no, I don't have. Not with a can of spray paint. You need serious ventilation for that, obviously. And I am going to continue in the meantime decorating for the various seasons. And as you can see, I've got the basis of my baby walker. Now, this is one of those baby walkers that would be wooden, with wooden blocks. And I think that's actually pretty nice. So I'm going to let that dry. And we're going to have a look back at this because, yes, it's started to dry off, which is brilliant, which is all we wanted. And we can finish the undercoat on this. So yes, I'm looking at continuing to maybe do a few seasonal projects whilst I'm working on the doll's house. Not as many because they don't seem to be popular. You know, I've done Christmas, I've done Halloween, nobody really watches them. I'm not 100% sure what people, well, I do know what people are watching. People are still watching and rewatching my trash to miniature treasure videos. And to be fair, whilst I really love that you're watching those videos, if anybody that's found me through those is watching them, I'm at a point where I'm kind of stumped as to where to go next with them, because there's only so many things that you can do with a bottle top or a bit of blister packaging. And I still keep using them. It's just that I don't seem to do enough to warrant making a separate video. And that's kind of thrown me a bit this last few months. I tried making some Christmas decorations out of ordinary materials. A little bit what's it on the uptake that I got. Now, as you can see, I've got a reasonable undercoat on here. So yeah, I'm going to be trying to do a few more bits that are in the trash to miniature treasure line. I'm just not 100% sure what yet. I have got a few ideas for things that I want to do. I've got one project that I've had in mind for a couple of months now, and it is more of a summer project, but there's a very good chance I'll be making it before we get to summer, because I want to. And I'm also going to be making a new display for that. Probably going to do a Valentine's display, and then I've got in mind to do a birthday display. I did Easter last year, and my birthday and Easter fall about the same time this year. It happens, I'm used to it. So instead of just getting the Easter table out of storage, I think I'm going to do birthday one. And then I might actually get around to doing the summer one this year, which was on the cards last year. I got lots of pieces to do it with. I was going to do a nautical one and then maybe a tropical one, and I did neither. Right, I'm going to put this down for a minute and I'm going to go and wash some of this grey paint off, and then I'll be back and we can make some progress. So while I was away, I washed the paint off my hands. I have coloured the wheels. The silver ones are for the dolly pram and the green ones are for the baby walker, because that's going to be a bit more colourful, hopefully. And yeah, I'm ready to go with some more painting. I also put a drop of the grey paint onto the baby walker, just on the wooden bits, just to even things out a little bit. I think it should do. Now for the pram, I've gone with a sort of, dare I say it, traditional sort of pram colour. I've gone with, this is a cobalt blue, which is quite a vivid colour. I thought that was suitable for a pram, sort of an old-fashioned colour for having a pram. Oh yes, that's nice and bright. Now I'm going to put 2 thin coats onto this. We'll just start on the bottom, etc. Work our way around. Now what I am thinking about doing this year, to take the pressure off me a bit, is to carry on with the as and when videos, trying to put them up fairly regularly. But I think if I'm going to put them up regularly, what I'm going to end up doing is doing some shorter videos, sort of a smaller project in a video, instead of trying to get big projects done in a short space of time. I'm not, I've not been finding myself having a lot of time to dedicate to the miniatures, and the videos have been taking up all of that time. So it's been somewhat difficult, just because of the way things have gone. But I'm liking this colour. I think it was the right colour. It was the right colour choice, and I think this little piece is going to look stunning. Now I do have in there the handle piece. The handle for this I am going to do with the silver again. I should have done it already, shouldn't I really? But I'll pop that down a minute and we'll get my metallic marker, and we're just going to go over this. And this is all I do with these pieces when I do them with a marker. Not the best marker by any stretch of the imagination. I have silver paint. I was going to do it with silver paint, but I thought I'd give it a go with the pen, just to quicken things up. Because realistically, if you paint with a metallic acrylic paint, you need to put a coloured base underneath it. So for something like this, which is silver, I'd want to put a grey or maybe a black underneath it. So I'm just going to go around this side. This side's going to be the side that's stuck to the pram anyway, if I'm right. Yeah, I think I'm going to have this side as the correct side. If you want to look shinier, you can always put some something of a glossy finish. And I will go around the outside edges when I cut them out, but they're far easier to handle when they're in a piece like that, especially small pieces like the wheels. Now, this should be dry enough that I can handle it. I've still got grey paint everywhere. It must have come off this. I'm terrible. We're going to do the sides of this now. So yes, I may do some slightly shorter videos. See how that goes. If anybody's got any opinions, please comment. I like to know what you think. I like to know what you like seeing, whether it's the 1/48 scale, the 1/12 scale, my random projects, because I have a lovely long list of random projects that we're going to get done for Halloween, for Christmas. None of them did. So they may still appear this year. They may appear out of season, so to speak. I'm not sure yet. But that's kind of how my mind is working at the moment, somewhat erratically. But I am determined to try and keep going. And to a degree, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to keep making what I want to make. I know that some of the things that I want to make aren't always the most popular because, well, I make spooky stuff. And I've still got my hater who comes along, if anything, as a title that says it's witchy or spooky or something like that. But to be honest, get a life. If you don't like my videos, you don't like my videos. I don't really care. Nobody else gets to know but me that you've disliked it because of how YouTube does it now. And I just go, yeah, whatever. Well, the last one that got a dislike was my little short with Uva. And that, I'm just like, yeah, okay. You know, might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I thought it was funny. I really did think it was funny. And when you're painting small things, you need little bits of funniness to sort of perk your days up. It's like I've been putting off my N-gauge diorama because I've got some more things to paint. They're that small, I couldn't find them. This little bag. There's a little bag on my hand. It is barely the width of my hand. And in there are 10 people. And I've potentially got to repaint some of these 10 people to go on the diorama. I want at least a couple of people. I've been told I should use, I think it's him I should use, or is it that one? No, it's that one, the one with the green shirt. I've been told I should use him for a private joke. And yeah, it needs a little bit of repainting, but how the heck do you paint them? I am thinking of resorting to a single hair. And I'm not even sure I could do what I wanted to do with that. So anyway, yeah. This is why some things have been put off and put off. It's why me playing with my 3D printer has been put off, because we're talking about me wanting to do the really small stuff, not the stuff for 1/12 scale, the stuff for 1/48. So, yeah, I'm going to go and clean my hands again, and I'll be back again in a moment. I have brought the 1/12 scale table back in to hold the 1/48 scale toys, and I quite like them. Now, I actually finished these off camera simply because the painting on my little baby walker was incredibly detailed. Now, hopefully my camera is picking that up okay, but I've coloured in the blocks and then I've painted it in different colours because, well, I think that's how it needs to be. And then we also have the Dolly's pram done in a nice shade of blue and finished off with silver. And again, I like it. I like it a lot. And those are going to go into Raven's Perch, or as I call it, Night's Rise. These will go in the nursery there because I think they'll fit in perfectly. So I think I'm done for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video, both the making of this teeny tiny little kit and my update on what I'm planning for this year. If you have enjoyed the video, please like, comment and subscribe. Definitely comment. I'd like to know what you'd like to see and what you think of what I've been doing. And I'd also recommend that you ring that notification bell. It's your best bet of finding out when I put up a video, because I even forget to put it on Facebook sometimes because, yeah, my mind isn't always the greatest. But until next time, bye.